A few days ago, I turned 37, and I've been journaling for more than 20 years. Looking back, I can honestly say journaling is one habit I can't recommend enough, especially in this era of social media. And if you're in your 20s or teens watching this video, this is the habit that can literally change the trajectory of your life. It's not like I haven't skipped a day of journaling in 20 years, but even when I didn't know how to journal effectively, I couldn't give up on it. Now that I'm using my own journaling system that suits my needs and style, I genuinely enjoy every moment I open my binder each day. And as for the benefits I've gained from it, I don't even know where to begin. So, in today's video, I want to share my thoughts on why journaling is one of the best habits, especially for those who feel stagnant from consuming too much online content and can't seem to find a way out of it. Moreover, I'll explain why it's one of the best ways to truly discover who you are and grow into the best version of yourself. Then you might be thinking, okay, I get it. I've decided to journal, but I don't know where to start or what to write. In the second part of this video, I'll share some specific examples of life-changing prompts you can use to get started as you open your notebook. Have you ever experienced this little couch anxiety? You're sitting on a comfy couch, just looking out the window, when suddenly, among all the noise in your mind, a small seed of one of your life's issues or a heavy burden pops into your head. It gradually but quickly grows, making you feel unsettled or weighted down. Before you have a chance to process why you feel this way or what's emotionally triggering you, you almost automatically reach for your phone and start scrolling, searching for something, anything to distract you from reality. I'm not saying that sitting and dwelling on life's problem is the solution, but it has become far too easy to escape from the challenges we face today, whether external or internal. We must remember that this pattern can eventually lead to another dreadful eruption, like a volcano. Covering up a problem is not the same as addressing its root cause, let alone a path to true growth and a healthier life. Turning a blind eye to a problem only makes things worse by pretending everything is fine. Put simply, one of the most serious effects of endless social media scrolling is that it can make you feel disconnected from who you really are without you even realizing it. It puts you in a state where truly hearing your own thoughts becomes impossible, or where confronting the challenges in your life feels painfully difficult. What's happening is that when you scroll mindlessly, you are constantly exposed to other people's ideas and thoughts. Over time, your mind and even your language starts to reflect the voices you listen to. The issue isn't consuming content itself, but rather consuming too much of it without filtering or taking time for discernment, let alone finishing one video and having time to digest your own thoughts. You've probably heard that the average human attention span has become shorter than that of a goldfish, according to research conducted by Microsoft. Regardless of how accurate that research is, the point remains. Too much information and knowledge floating in one's mind, especially from consuming short-form media with no time to truly reflect, makes it difficult to know where you stand on it. The fact that you've made it this far into the video already puts you ahead of most people in terms of attention span. I'm genuinely concerned about our children's generation today because as a mom of two, I constantly think about how we can help them grow with a strong sense of self-awareness and identity, especially in the face of today's challenges. Then how do we ensure they have the space to hear their own thoughts and emotions rather than being drowned out? When I was young, and I'm sure many of you watching this can relate, we had what was called Saturday movie night every Saturday evening on TV. Quick history check, at the time, we could only watch what was on TV, no streaming services like Netflix. My mom, dad, younger brother, when he was still with us, and I would gather together to watch the movie that was airing on TV. We didn't get to choose the movie, we just watched whatever was on. But I remember feeling a sense of longing and excitement leading up to the movie, even though I had no idea about its rating and reviews. When it started, I was fully attentive and genuinely happy. Now, our family has family movie time on Friday evenings. Unlike back then, we can now choose from so many platforms: Netflix, Prime Video, Apple TV+, Paramount+. Even with such a wide selection, I've noticed the kids don't really look forward to it. When we tell them, it's Friday, it's family movie time, their reaction is often, oh, you're right, with a disinterested expression. Sometimes we even have to make this time feel a bit forced. I guess after having their own regular screen time watching what they like on YouTube, sitting through an almost 2-hour movie isn't easy for them. This is probably where we say too much of a good thing is no longer good. The solution, I believe, is that we need time to pause. When you hear a story or consume content, you need time to digest it, time to discern it, time to reflect on it, and even time to figure out how to apply it to your life based on what you've learned. Just like we need time to digest and get hungry before having the next meal. That's why one of the best antidote to the reliance on dopamine spikes from scrolling on your phone or dealing with other distractions in life is slowing down through journaling and reflection. One might think journaling is something only for adults, but it can actually have an even more powerful impact on younger generations who are constantly searching to understand who they are. Journaling can help you truly hear your thoughts, reflect on what's right and wrong, and find your meaningful place and role in the world. Remember, all the great thinkers, entrepreneurs, and leaders who left their mark on history practiced journaling because they prioritized taking the time to understand their own thoughts and master their own minds. Okay, so we talked about how journaling is something we should make time for. But one of the most common questions I get in the comments about journaling is, what do I write about? A great way to start is to try answering given prompts or questions. I consider journaling as having a conversation with myself. When you're on a date with someone you really like, the only way to have hours of meaningful and enjoyable conversation is by asking questions, sharing about yourself, and truly listening to your date, their past, their story, their thoughts, and their beliefs. Talking about weather or current trends will only last a few minutes. With that being said, here are 3 simple prompts I suggest answering when you start journaling as a conversation with yourself to explore and understand yourself better. The first prompt is, what pebble was thrown into my pond of mind? Imagine your mind as a pond. As you go through your day, various pebbles, big or small, are thrown into it, creating ripples. These ripples often show up as emotions, helping you recognize what's affecting your mental state. It could be the past experience or memory, people you encounter today, or the content you've watched. Sometimes it's easy to end the day, just go to bed and not even realize why we feel the way we do, why we're overly tired, irritated, or unexpectedly happy. The next day, our mind may forget what happened the day before, but unresolved emotional residue lingers, influencing our thoughts and behaviors over time. Living this way is a bit like scratching a lottery ticket every day, hoping today will be a good day, but passively waiting to see if it is, as if there's nothing we can do to make it meaningful. Yes, there are things in life we can't control, but there are also things we can. By noticing why we feel a certain way, we can get closer to figuring out the main reason that's holding us back or causing repeated undesirable behaviors. Studies in psychology suggest that unresolved emotions can lead to stress, anxiety, or even long-term behavioral shifts. Through journaling, you can identify the pebbles, the things that made you feel a certain way, and why they affected you. Then you can categorize them based on whether they are something you can take action on or not. That brings us to our second prompt for today. Is this something I can control, or is it beyond my control? This is a very basic but fundamental question that determines whether you're a proactive person or a reactive person. A few weeks ago, I noticed that whenever I uploaded a YouTube video, I felt a bit sensitive and irritated, which my husband also picked up on. In a conversation with him, I realized that I was feeling nervous about how many people would watch it, and in particular, whether the thumbnail and title I chose were effective. No matter how much I try to make the best video I can, if no one clicks on it, it won't be introduced to those who could benefit from it. I guess I also wasn't feeling very confident in that area of creating good thumbnails. Then I had a moment of realization. I was feeling nervous and sensitive because I was focusing on something I couldn't control. how good the thumbnail or title was, and whether it would be enough to attract viewers. Instead, I realized I could shift my focus to what I can control, learning how to create better thumbnails by experimenting to see what works best, and continuously improving my skills in making effective ones. Once I've done my part, I can move on. This small shift in focus changed everything. For starters, I felt much lighter and even enjoyed the day I uploaded the video. It also helped me improve in the areas I wanted to grow in by letting go of hesitation and embracing experimentation. Stephen Covey says that a reactive person often believes there is nothing they can do, so they worry about the things beyond their control, often blaming circumstances or the people around them. But a proactive person focuses on what they can do in a given situation, something they can actively contribute to changing. I find that asking the prompt, whether something is within my control or beyond it, frees up so much energy from worry and instead allows the energy to be channeled into learning and improvement. The third prompt I suggest is, as for the action, what would you have done differently? For the things we find within our control, something we can take action on, we can write down, what can I do next? Making it as specific as possible. Life unfolds based on the decisions we make every day. Bad decisions can lead to pain, while good decisions can lead to fortune. Every little choice adds up, whether you pick up your phone or a pen, decide what content to watch or listen to, choose your words carefully, or get up and exercise instead of staying on the couch. These small decisions shape our future more than we realize. While the first prompt is about identifying pebbles and understanding yourself, your thoughts and mindset, the second prompt focuses on recognizing whether something is within your control or beyond it. The third prompt helps you determine what action you are taking and break down what to do tomorrow. It could be something as simple as changing your perspective on a certain area, like the example I shared for the second prompt earlier. Or it could be your detailed action steps on how to improve your skills in a specific area. Or it might be about how you could have responded differently in a conversation with your friends or family today. It could be about how you plan to achieve your goals this year and what specific actions you can take today or tomorrow to move closer to them. Even when you know exactly what to do to solve a certain problem or what action to take to achieve your goals, writing it down gives you the power to actually follow through. I found that writing it down not only helps break down and organize the steps you need to take, but it also prepares your mind to commit to them. Journaling isn't just for stationery enthusiasts, people with good handwriting, or any particular group. It's simply about taking time to reflect on today and plan for tomorrow. A moment to hear yourself, process your feelings and thoughts, and grow. You can journal on your computer using apps or go to the traditional route with pen and paper. I've tried both, but there's something about writing with a pen. It allows you to slow down, minimize distractions, and enjoy the classic calming feeling of handwriting. However, regardless of the method you choose, I hope you start journaling. Try answering the prompts I shared in this video. And please leave a comment letting me know which prompt resonated with you the most among the three. As always, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!